everyone, I'm incredibly lucky to be interviewing the extraordinary Yuot?
Yes.
Yuot?
Yes.
There you go. Just making sure I'm getting it correctly. Yuot is an amazing author. He is the author of Father of the Lost Boys and his short story The Lost Girl of Pajomba
Yes.
has been published in an anthology. He has attained degrees in geoscience and engineering. He has also been shortlisted in the City of Fremantle Hungerford Award. How amazing is he?
Thank you so much. Glad to be here. You're amazing too.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I believe that Yuot is an inspirational author because of his beautiful, empowering and raw memoir of triumph and courage. He has overcome so much and is harnessing that to share an important story that we all need to hear about evil and tragic injustices happening in this world. Thank you so much for letting me grill you.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Hopefully all goes well.
Are you ready to get started?
Yes.
Your book, Father of the Lost Boys, has only just been released. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's exciting.
It is an amazing book. How have you been celebrating its release?
Oh, because of COVID, I haven't been very extravagant really. So just a couple of backyard barbecues. I've had lots of calls from friends. I've had chocolate with the kids and my wife. So yeah, quite subdued celebrations, I would say.
Still, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's good too. Yeah.
Barbecues are amazing.
Yes.
Father of the Lost Boys is a very deep, personal story which delves into a lot of trauma from your childhood. Did you find it cathartic or very difficult to write?
It was both difficult and cathartic at the same time. So writing the book took me back to really painful memories, but putting that to the page was also a release of sorts. So it was painful writing, but once I put the word to the page, I felt a sense of relief. So it was cathartic at the end. Yeah.
That's very cool. It's an incredible book. I found it amazing. You perfectly wrote it.
Yeah, thanks for reading it. I was worried you were a bit too young for some of the gruesome details in the book, about the war and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I'm glad you liked it.
It's incredible. How have your friends and extended family felt about the release of this book? Have you had a lot of positive feedback?
Yeah, I've had immensely positive feedback because this is not only my story, but it is also their story. So lots of my cousins were with me at the time. They all see themselves in the book, and they've really been really excited and so proud that I've put this to the page and put this history in words so that it can be read hopefully for years to come. So yeah, everyone's really excited.
That's amazing.
Yeah, really excited.
Although it was a very serious book, there was a couple of hilarious stories in there, such as the Malaya incident. that was funny.
Yeah.
It absolutely cracked me up. Would you mind sharing this story? For those of us who have not read it yet.
Yeah. So when we arrived in Kenya, obviously there was a language barrier. So Mom gave us some money, me and my brother, to go and buy a bedsheet, and in a local South Sudanese language that's called malaya, but in Kiswahili, which is the language spoken in Kenya, malaya means prostitute. So me and my brother, this young boy, walked in there asking for a prostitute, and I said, I want a really strong malaya. So the lady was fuming, but she realized at the end what we were actually trying to do. Then we were just trying to buy a bedsheet for Mom. So yeah.
That was hilarious. It cracked me up. I have a similar story.
Okay.
Yeah. So, my mom wanted to buy something for my dad for his 30th birthday, and he said it was a slapper, and that's a type of panel beating tool.
Oh, okay.
And so, she went to my dad's friend, Larry, and said, hey, I need to get a slapper. And he was overexcited. He was like, oh yes, I can totally find a slapper. But in England, slapper was prostitute as well. So he thought that my dad's girlfriend was getting him a prostitute. He did try. My mum did not get my dad a prostitute, don't worry.
Yeah, that would be a rare gift for a birthday party.
yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
As well as being an amazing writer, you have degrees in geoscience and engineering. How does that compare to writing? Do you prefer the sciences or the writing creativity?
Science is interesting, but it's got too many rules. You know, we're governed by rules of nature, like gravity and all that sort of stuff. But when you write, you can ignore all those rules. So I think creative writing is really an amazing outlet where you could create your own universes and all that sort of stuff. So I think writing is more fun because it's less constrained, especially writing fiction. Writing non-fiction is quite hard because it's the truth and you gotta dig into it and try to remember very intricate details from a long ago. But yeah, I prefer writing to science or engineering because it's more fun.
Yeah, I love the creativity.
And no rules.
Yeah. You want
You
to
can
write
walk
about
on
that? You
water.
write about that.
You can fly.
Yes. When you are a super rich and famous author, what is something you just want to, blow some money on? Completely frivolous.
Oh, it's hard, but I'll probably just wanna buy an island and live on it alone for a while. Just get back to nature. I would want to be a caveman for a while. Let's see how that goes.
Well, I mean, if you have your own island, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's your own island.
Yeah.
Now on to the speed questions.
Yep.
Like a race.
Yep.
What are you writing at the moment?
I'm contributing to another anthology. So I'm writing a fictional story, a short story, which is not fully finished, but it's still evolving. So I don't even know exactly what it's gonna be like at the end. Yeah, so very excited about that. Yeah, I don't write as much as I want because I've worked full time, got a young family. So yeah, I try and write when I can.
What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
I've eaten a lot of chocolate over the years, as you can see. So chocolate is my flavor.
Oh, chocolate's a good flavor.
Yeah, Peters.
Mm.
Yeah.
Chocolate's good. Which book character do you or have you had a crush on?
I've had a crush on a real character. I read Mandela's book. Was first book ever given to me as a gift was from my dad, and yeah, I didn't really know too much about Mandela, but I fell in love with him when I read about his story and what he had done and all that. So yeah, that's the person I had a crush on. In the reading sense. Yeah.
What was your worst subject in school?
Art. I cannot draw anything. Can't draw a face, can draw a box maybe, but yeah. So art was my worst. I don't think I could ever be taught to draw properly.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you? What's your worst?
Maths.
Maths.
I cannot do maths for the life of me, no.
Yeah. Lots of people say the same.
Mm.
But my dad was a maths teacher, so he made me do a lot of maths. Yeah.
Who is your favorite or most inspirational author?
I like Stephen King, just his creativity. Books like The Dome and others, and yeah, I watch his movies too. So yeah, Stephen King is a really good writer.
Great writer.
Yeah.
Do you prefer reading ebooks or hard books?
I'm a bit old school, so I like the hard book. I like the smell of the book and the feel.
Yes, I love hard books too.
Yeah.
As you can tell by my case.
True. So I read some ebooks occasionally because they're just convenient, but I still like the feel and the smell of a book and just the look on the shelf. That's all. Can't really do that with ebooks.
No, it's just like a little tablet.
Yeah, with like 1,000 books in it.
It's like, no, gotta have the book.
Yeah, true.
Do you remember the first book or story you ever read or your favourite one?
First book I read was when I started going to school. It was called Hello Children. It's like a really basic year one book, but we read that at a much older age because we didn't start school that early. So yeah, that was my favorite book called Hello Children.
No. What do you say is your biggest achievement so far?
I think just coming out of that whole traumatic childhood in the war and all that drama and being a happy person. So I think my biggest achievement is just being a happy adult now. Growing up in the war and seeing all that nasty stuff. I could have been a lot of things, you know. I've been a very angry person or a depressed person and all that sort of stuff. But for me, yeah, it's coming out of it and being happy. And obviously, writing Father with Lost Boys is one of my greatest achievements as well. It's put my story out there. It's connected me to the readers, like yourselves, which is great, and your fans. Yeah.
Both amazing achievements.
Yeah, thanks.
Do you have any advice for young writers?
Yeah, and just to young people in general, it's really be yourself. You know, so I know a lot of people are hooked on Instagram and TikTok stars and all that sort of stuff, but if you chase those, you will never be happy. So to young writers, write your own stories. They're not boring, so and put them out there to the world. So just be yourself. Don't try and be like the people on Instagram and TikTok, because half the time they're faking it anyway, so they're not even themselves. So yeah, so be you, do you.
Beautiful advice. Thank you so much for letting me grill you.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Make sure to check out Yuot on his social media and buy the book. It's incredible.
Thank you, and bye bye. See ya.